Freddie Turnstone is a Harrisburg-based indie rock artist. His new single, I've Been to the Dungeon Before, is an epic, moody, but catchy piece of music that features guest vocals from Jessica Boyer and violin from Robin Chambers. Out now on all streaming platforms.
Made in America, the red, white, and blue. I stand for her honor, the flag and our troops. I'm proud of my country, what she's done for me. We're made in America, land of the free.
Hello everybody, my name is Corey Rosen and you are listening to the Story Podcast. Today I have on two awesome guests. Before we get into that, I just want to let you know that we have our website now up. That is Corey Rosen Productions. That's CORYROSEN Productions.com. There you can find out more about me and all the guests that I've had on previously. Today, I have on Matt Lee and Brett Denny from Night Owl Country Band. Is one of Indiana's premier country bands. Night Owl has played many stages and have made their name from playing small-town bars, theaters, fairs, and festivals. They have lived the dream of playing the historic stage of the Grand Ole Opry. They are a multi-independent, award-winning band. This band brings the high energy to every stage they perform on. Night Owl welcomes what 2023 has in store for their Somewhere in the Country tour. They play outlaw country, new country, and a little bit of southern rock. They feature their original music that includes Cool Gentle Wind and Country to the Bone, which have been released to independent national radio. They are a regular guest on WTTV Channel 8 show, Lifestyle Live, Brown Country Hour radio show, WFHB, and for the KORN Country 103 radio show, KORN Jam. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Fine and dandy.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about how you guys got started into music. Surely this isn't, this has been a process for you guys. Tell me what got you originally inspired.
Okay. It actually started at a Halloween party on 2015, and that's where we started from.
Sweet. Was it just you and a couple of friends, or?
It was kind of a throw together, and we just kind of threw together a band to do it for it's actually my uncle's party. And then after we did that party, I decided to start it, kick it off, and call it Night Owl Country Band. And then it just kind of went from there.
So why Night Owl Country Band?
We like to play at night. We play from anywhere from, Brett can tell you, we play shows at 8 o'clock in the morning on TV.
Yes.
And we could go all the way up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, right?
It's happened before, I tell you that much.
So that's why we go as Night Owl. I've always been a big fan of owls, and I've just always loved them.
So tell me a little bit about your songwriting process as a band. How does that work? Is it one songwriter, or is it you guys all come to the table with your own song?
We have a couple songwriters, and you're talking to both of them. Only the songwriters are allowed to talk, right, Brett?
That's right.
Yeah, so I write some of our stuff, and then I also show it to Brett, and he'll add some things, or he'll take out some of my my slang.
Yeah,
you call it that?
Your ain'ts and didn'ts and
gonas
and gooders.
Gooder, and better. Yeah. But Brett, he has wrote several songs also. He does a fantastic job on those.
I like, Matt has always asked me to look at the songs, so, I don't want anybody out there thinking that, oh, Brett takes over. But sometimes Matt just asks me to maybe add a bridge or, see if something doesn't work out right, and I try to do the best I can, and the way I write songs myself is, for months and months, when a word or a phrase comes to mind, I write it down in my little journal, and then when the mood hits me right, I open that journal and I try to piece together all those words and phrases and make a song out of it. So, and then I bring it to the band, and Tim, our lead guitarist, he will add his great guitar playing. Casey, our drummer, will add a good beat to it. Matt will have great harmonies on all the songs. So it's fun, and I love that something that me or Matt have written, and then it all comes to fruition at the end, and it just sounds great.
Sweet. So have you guys always done original music, or did it start out with covers and then kind of evolved into original music?
We do covers also, and that's what kind of special about what we do. We do things kind of different. We're mostly like an outlaw, traditional style country music band, but we kind of dabble a little bit in the new country, and then we also sprinkle in pepper in some oddball songs. And we just recently added an oddball song that we're really starting to enjoy. What's it called, Brett?
Well, I think the song is called Goo Goo Muck.
That's right.
And it's by, I couldn't tell you who it's by. It's not The Clash, but...
No, but it's the song that's from the Wednesday Netflix series.
When the sun goes down and the moon comes up, I turn into a teenage goo-goo muck. Yeah, I cruise through the city and I roam the streets, looking for something that is nice to eat. You better duck when I show up. The Goo Goo Muck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Goo Goo Muck.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you countrify it, or like rearrange it, or it just...
No, we try to do that one the way it's done, right?
Yeah. I mean, for me to hear that song, it is going to go great at our Halloween shows. It has that feel to it, and we didn't change it much. There's just some songs out there that Tim just loves the guitar licks, and he picked that up very quickly. And yeah, we pretty much play it as the Cramps. I just looked it up on Google. Mm-hmm. Actually, Lisa gave us, but it's by the Cramps. So yeah, you won't know if Night Owl's doing it or if the Cramps is doing it.
Right. So we did it for the first time this weekend. We had 3 shows in Florida. We kicked off our tour, Somewhere in the Country tour, and we did that song all 3 shows, and it was kind of fun to look out in the crowd because some people, you could tell they've never seen it or heard it, but then you see the people's faces light up that have seen the show, so it's kind of neat how that works.
That's awesome. So tell me about where your inspiration for songwriting comes from.
A little bit of everything. Actually, all 4 of us have kind of grown up in different genres, but most of us kind of background in gospel. So sometimes our songwriting goes toward the gospel side, but it also goes in different things that we've been through in our lives, maybe a divorce or a death, or maybe kind of a valley or a mountain that we've been through, and we just kind of write about that moment in time.
Nice. So you guys have this has been a while since your first show. What are some of the cool things you guys have been able to do?
Well, most definitely what you read in the bio that you were reading there. We got to play on the actual stage of the Grand Ole Opry.
Howdy, friends. Welcome to the Grand Ole Opry, the capital of country music throughout the world. Let her go, boys!
So, that is one of my biggest memories that will never be taken away, of being able to play on that historic stage. the biggest thing too, other than that, just one moment, is being able to just make all these new friends, fans, seeing people dance to our original songs. That still blows my mind a little bit. That sure, they're gonna get out and dance to Keep Your Hands to Yourself, but then when a couple gets out and dances to Sweet Sweet Woman, a song that Matt wrote and that I get to sing, it's just nice to see that people are dancing to our original music also.
Yeah, that's gonna mean the world to you guys.
Yeah.
Tell me how you guys got to the Grand Ole Opry.
We at that time we had been signed with a music group called the Stanley Music Group, and they are kin of Ralph Stanley, the bluegrass artist.
Oh, Polly, pretty Polly, would you take me unkind? Polly, pretty Polly, would you take me unkind? You just sit beside me and tell me.
And they were going to be doing a memorial show for him at the Grand Ole Opry, and they asked us to be a part of it. And what was cool, we got to pick a song that was on a list of old Ralph Stanley songs, and we picked the song "I'll Live in Glory," and we had the chance to play that on the stage. It was amazing. It was a wonderful experience, and it's something that we'll never forget.
Did you guys get to sign the wall back there?
No,
No.
No, did you sign your name on the bathroom wall
On
like
the
you usually
bathroom
do?
wall, yeah. Now, was I not supposed to do that?
No.
I see.
No, but you do it every time.
Right. Goo goo muck.
And so, speaking of other great achievements, having performed at the Grand Ole Opry being one of them, you guys have won a few awards.
Yes, we've been blessed to win 7 different independent awards. Some of them are international singer-songwriter awards, and some of them are here in the States. And we were excited that this year we kicked off our Somewhere in the Country tour, finding out that we are up for some new awards, aren't we, Brett?
Yes, in Holland even.
Yeah, Holland. Yeah, so that's exciting.
So I'm going to get my wooden Dutch shoes on, I guess.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
See, so I'm going to bring back those. We're going to get rid of the Hey Dudes and bring back the wooden Holland clogs.
Okay.
Kick off your cowboy boots and put on your socks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. How do you guys get out to Europe or international markets? Is it just do you guys apply or share your music out there, or is it just you get called one day, hey, you're up for an award here in this, over in Europe or wherever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some award shows you just kind of submit. I'm usually one that does it. I'll submit the band for an award, and then we find out later if the panel decides to put us on there or not. And then sometimes there's award shows where we don't even know that we're up for, and they'll email us and let us know that we're up for those awards. It's a really happy, exciting experience to hear the name Night Owl Country Band said on an awards stage. I'll never forget the first one we got. And then this last one we got this last year that for the album of the year. And what's cool is we've released 2 different albums, and one album won Josie Music Awards album of the year, and then our Off the Tracks album won the International Singer-Songwriter Award album of the year gold.
Tell me about the first time you won the award. What was that like for you guys?
I can tell you, the first award was it the ISSA? It was the ISSA. So that was taking place in Georgia. So we actually also had a few gigs in Florida. Were we heading to Florida?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So we got to stop in Georgia for the ISSA Awards, the International Singer-Songwriters Association Awards. And again, for my entire life, I grew up watching award shows on TV, and to see, Prince perform or Michael Jackson's name be announced for winning, I never dreamed that we would get the chance to walk up on a stage after our name was called for winning an award. So it was a very surreal moment. Loved it.
Nice. And speaking about, like, you guys were hopping around the country at that point. You guys are hopping around states right now doing your Somewhere in the Country tour. Tell me about what that's all about.
Yeah, that's exciting. We're hitting several different states this year, and some of them we're returning to. And there's one state that we've never played at that we're going to get a chance to play at this year, and that's Texas. So that's kind of cool. Being a band that's based in Indiana and having the chance to go down and play in Texas. We kicked off the tour in Florida this last weekend, and what's kind of cool about playing in Florida this weekend, we are also going to end our tour in Florida on New Year's Eve. So that's kind of neat. We're going back up playing Wisconsin at the Porterfield Country Music Festival. We don't know who the headliner for that's going to be, but we've had the chance to play there the last 2 or 3 years, Brett?
2 years. So this will be our 3rd year in Wisconsin.
Yes. And we're going back down to Atlanta, Georgia for the award show there. We're playing in Tennessee, playing in Kentucky. We're playing in South Carolina. One of our favorite places is Carolina Western Pub. We love playing at that place down in Columbia, South Carolina. So we've been blessed to kind of branch out from where we are in Columbus, Indiana, and being able to branch out and play in different states. So we're very blessed to be doing that.
That's awesome. You guys, when you guys go to Texas, you better have a fiddler in your band.
We tried having a fiddle player, and that one just didn't work out for us. Maybe we can pick one up down in Texas for a few songs, maybe. But yes, that's a great song, and people will probably wonder why we don't have a fiddle in the band. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, that's one of my favorite country songs. So, you guys have all these places you're going. What is one place that you guys have always wanted to go and to perform at?
I would love to play. What's the big one?
Wild Horse Saloon.
Wild Horse Saloon, and then a name that I hear a lot. I think I would like to play the Bluebird Cafe.
Okay.
So that's a couple places I would like to play.
Okay. Yeah, probably one of them I'd like to play that we're trying to work on getting in is down in Daytona Beach at the world famous Iron Horse. So
right.
So that, I guess we want to play anywhere that has the name Horse.
Yeah,
in it.
Horse.
So if you're listening and your bar says Horse on it, we want to play at your place.
That's awesome, guys. So we talked about some awards you got coming up. You guys have a few songs that are up for awards as well. Tell me about them.
Yes, one of them is actually an older song. It was the first one that we released. We released it with Stanley Music Group, and we did release it nationally, and it did pretty well in Texas and out west. It was a song called Cool Gentle Wind, and we had the chance to record that at
Hilltop.
Yeah, Hilltop Studios in Nashville, Tennessee, and that studio is fantastic.
It is fantastic, and that was the first time that I was ever part of being recorded, in a really fancy, top of the line recording studio. And the thing that always stood out to me is we actually had a vocal coach, that gave us some tips, and it was great. So it was a great experience there at Hilltop, and we enjoyed it. And again, that got our foot in the door to be able to play at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah. And then the song Country to the Bone, and we're up for awards for that at the Red Carpet Awards in Holland. And the Country to the Bone song is a very patriotic song. From the title, it don't sound like that, but it is very patriotic, and we are a very patriotic band, and that is one of our favorites to play every time we go out and play is Country to the Bone. And it did hit #1 on an independent chart, didn't it, Brett?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So we have Cool Gentle Wind lined up here. Tell me about this song, what it's about. What were some of the what are one of your proudest lyrics about this song, do you think?
Oh my. This was a Matt song, right?
Yeah, this was one of the early ones.
One of the early ones.
Yeah. It kicks off saying, walking through the cemetery of my old flames. And so it kind of talks about the things that as a divorced person go through. You kind of have those old flames that you go past and you look at the things that you went through and where you're at now. And that's what it talked about. You know, you went through all the exes and learned through those. And then like a cool, gentle wind, you fall in love with the person that you're meant to be with.
The thing I like about that song is it starts out that first, I think we sing like 2 lines, two stanzas, whatever. And it's mainly just the acoustic guitar and then Matt and myself just singing some great harmonies. And then we kind of just let that last note ring out, and then we all just kind of kick in. So that's probably my favorite part of that song.
That's awesome. Well, with that said, this is Cool Gentle Wind by Night Owl Country Band.
Walking through the cemetery of my old flames, looking at the tombstone, trying to forget their names. It's taken me a long time to get where I am. Your love, baby, is like a cool, gentle wind. I've been through hell, rain, and the snow, storms of life. Sometimes I'm low. The waves that toss my life ship. Your love, babe's like a gentle wind. My poor heart beats like rain on an old tin roof. The old flames left scars. Lord, I show the proof. When you come in the room, you're like sun on a warm spring day. You're like cool, gentle wind that takes my breath away. I've been through hell, rain, and snow. The storms of life sometimes will blow. The waves that toss my life's ship. Your love, babe's like a gentle wind. I've been through hell, rain, and snow. The storms of life sometimes will blow. The waves that toss my life's ship. Your love, babe's like a gentle wind. You're like a cool, gentle wind. Oh yeah!
And that was Cool Gentle Wind by Night Owl Country Band. Dude, what an incredible song, man.
Thank you.
So you guys have Country to the Bone. Tell me about this. It's very patriotic. Is this like a goal of you guys do that? You want to stand down and say, listen, this is us. This is who we are, and this is what we ought to be. What kind of is that kind of along the lines of this song?
Yes, yeah. This song was written by Mike Morgan, Mike Owens,
and Jeff Elliott.
Yes. Mike Morgan has written songs for Alabama, and he's written them. Yeah, he's written for Alabama, and he's written for some other big names, Conway Twitty, back in the day.
And what he's given us 3 songs, correct?
Yeah. Well, one of them he had sent to Alabama to record, and they didn't record it. They put it on hold.
They said, "Let Night Owl record it."
That's pretty much what was said, word for word. But we had a chance to record it, and that's a song to have my baby with me.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but then later on, he sent us this song, Country to the Bone. He sends, 3 or 4 songs for me to listen to see if we want to record them or do anything with them. And this was one of them. As soon as I heard it, I was like, we got to do this one. This, with us being a patriotic, we got a song called Made in America, and it kind of goes along with our song there. And so Country to the Bone was perfect fit for Night Owl Country Band.
That's awesome. So with that said, this is Country to the Bone by the Night Owl Country Band.
If you judge a book by its cover, the USA's in a mess. But we're one nation under God, and we know that we've been blessed. America's a melting pot, and the dreams keep living on. We're not all cornbread country, but we're all country to the bone. Country inside out, upside down, and through and through. You can cut us with a knife, and we'll all bleed red, white, and blue. From Maine to California, Plymouth Rock to Yellowstone. We're not all cornbread country, but we're all country to the bone. We fight like cats and dogs over guns and Roe v. Wade. The right to bear arms, but at the end of the day, we'll defend your right to speak, even if we think you're wrong. We're not all cornbread country, but we're all country to the bone. Country inside out, upside down, and through. Cut us with a knife, and we'll all bleed red, white, and blue. From Maine to California, Plymouth Rock to Yellowstone. We're not all cornbread country, but we're all country to the bone. All 50 hearts will beat as one to defend this way of life. It's all for one and one for all, when freedom is countrywide. Country inside out, upside down, and through. Cut us with a knife, and we'll all bleed red, white, and blue. From Maine to California, Plymouth Rock to Yellowstone. We're not all cornbread country, but we're all country to the bone. We still believe in God we trust, and there ain't no place like home. We're not all the bone. We're not all cornbread country, but we're all country to the bone.
And that was Country to the Bone. You guys are also putting on your own award show. Tell me about that.
Yes.
Who?
Yeah, the Who's Who Country Music Awards, and it's for independent artists. We went down to the Josie Music Awards. We've been down to the International Singer-Songwriters Awards. We've been to the Independent Awards, and seeing how they were ran, it was one of those things where I thought that was something that we could do. And we decided to go ahead and put that in place this last year. We did it November 19th, right, Brett?
Yes.
Yeah, and we did it here in Columbus, Indiana. The Josie's Awards, they're somewhere in Tennessee. The ISSA, they do theirs in Atlanta, Georgia, and we do ours right in Columbus, Indiana. So there's not very many independent country music award show in our area. So it was something that needed to be done because there are a lot of independent artists in the Midwest area where we're located. So that was something that we wanted to do. We did it, and Brett, it was quite a bit of work.
It was quite a bit of work. Probably more so on you, but that doesn't mean that the other members of our team did not have their own jobs to do. So you kind of live and learn, and hopefully the next time it'll go a little bit easier.
Yeah, we had artists from Florida, from all the way up to Canada, and then our entertainer of the year was Caitlin May, and she was from Wales. So we had artists from everywhere.
That's incredible. What is it like to pull that together? How do you get the word out? How do you curate who you listen to, who you're going to give awards to, et cetera, et cetera?
And what was really cool about the award show is we went and talked to Tammany Dove, who runs the International Singer-Songwriters Awards, and we asked her if she wouldn't mind us doing this as a branch off of that award show. And because we're not competing with her, with us being further north, and we can move our dates around according to how she does her award show, and to make sure that we're not competing with her. And she gave us the blessing to do that. So we were really happy about that. So that helped us get more submissions. We also do a Who's Who Top 21 countdown. We do a podcast, and on that podcast, people send in their submissions. We rate the music on a scale to 1 to 10, 10 being the best, and then we calculate that up to see who makes our top 21 countdown. And we've gotten to the point where we get a ton of submissions every week, don't we, Brad?
Yeah. So I kind of keep an eye on that email of submissions. Then I put them in a Dropbox folder for everyone to listen to so that they can rate them. So just the network, the connection that we've gotten just through being with ISSA, we were able to get the word out to a lot of people that we've been associated with. So yeah, we got quite a few submissions, and then we came up with some categories of what we wanted, and we put the individuals that we wanted in the female category, the male category, the band, blah blah blah. So and then we came up with the winners. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And then here's the thing. I didn't win a single award.
But he submitted for every one of them.
Oh, my goodness.
Something also we did different than most award shows is, we did our regular thing. We had a pre-party. We had the award show. Well, something that was different is immediately after the award show, our award show is about a couple hours, we wanted to give the attendees something special. So we ended up doing a concert for the ones that attended our award show. And that that was with Tom Wopat from the Dukes of Hazzard, Luke Duke.
Way out here in the hills of North Georgia, the hometown folks gonna treat you fine. You do them right, they got no ill will towards you. But stay away from the county line.
And our headliner was David Frizzell.
She said, I'm gonna hire a wino to decorate our home, so you'll feel more at ease here and you won't need to roam. We'll take out the dining room table, we'll put a bar along that wall, and a neon sign will point the way to our bathroom down the hall.
Gonna hire wino to decorate my home. He was known for that song, and God Made Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
And people stayed, they enjoyed him, and man, David Frizzell was fantastic.
He was. That was like when I first joined this country band 7 years ago. I was not into country. That was not a genre that I listened to. I was more of the 80s hair bands, Poison, Cinderella. So,
really?
My wife at the time was working at a place where they played music over the speaker, and she sent this song to me, said, you got to listen to this song, and it was called I'm Gonna Hire a Wino. So it was nice to have the person that sung that song, one of the very first country songs that came into my life after joining the band, that I actually got to see him in concert. So he put on a great show, him and his band, and it was just a nice little intimate moment with all the nominees, and it was really nice.
And that's something fun also. Brett can tell you that we weren't quite expecting, is when we started doing country music, and we also started to be able to meet some of our old people celebrities that we've seen in our past.
Yeah.
So we've had a chance to work with John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard, Tom Wopat from the Dukes of Hazzard. We got to meet Barry Williams, Greg Brady.
Oh my gosh, that'll be a memory that I have too, because I grew up watching the Brady Bunch. I had my two daughters loving the Brady Bunch, and then to actually get to be Barry Williams' backup band for an hour or so, it was so amazing.
Yeah, and we got to do that with Tom Wopat too.
Tom Wopat,
so that was cool.
Yep.
We also got to meet some other TV people that have become pretty good friends with us. The Moonshiner, Jerry Benson from the Moonshiner Show, and Turtle Man. He was a wild one. He was crazy. But the first one that we had a chance to open up for was at 8 Second Saloon. We got to open up for David Allan Coe.
I said, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and to be able to open up for a legend and some of these TV legends, it's been a lot of fun, and we've been blessed to be in the right place at the right time.
So when is this award show coming up?
This year's 2023 is going to happen on October 28th. So I think there might be plans of mashing it up with the award show and maybe Halloween dress-up type of thing. So
yeah, it's good. We're going to have a Halloween pre-party.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure you mark your calendars. Where can people find out more about you guys, and that award show? How can people submit to that?
All right, the submissions will start on April 2nd, and all the artists have to do is they have to put in what award that they're putting in for. They send us some links, their most popular links, and maybe a little bio about themselves, the artist, and then we go from there. We take all the people that have submitted for those awards, and we place them where they need to be, and and that's the thing too, is not everybody gets to be up for an award.
Mm-hmm. So,
Right.
So we'll probably put most of the information on our website. So if you go to nightowlcb.com, one of the tabs will be Who's Who Award Show, and that'll give you all the information, and it'll give you the link on where they will be able to send in their submissions starting April 2nd, 2023.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, we're kind of running out of our time here, so I have a few questions that I like to ask all of my guests that I'd love to run by you. First one is, what is one of the funniest or worst things that ever happened to you guys on a gig?
Okay, so...
You were quick.
Yeah, I was quick.
Okay.
One of my worst moments was just this past weekend in Florida. I was getting my guitar restrung, and then I picked it up from the guitar shop and put it right on the trailer that was heading down to Florida. Then I get down to Florida, we get all of our equipment set up, and I start to play my guitar, and it does not work one bit. And we had everything packed in there in the trailer, so I only brought one guitar. So I was a little peeved for a while, and letting the band down. I don't like letting people down, and that's not the sound that people are accustomed to hearing. So I was a little mad, and I let it bother me for a while, and that's kind of how I deal with things. I let things bother me for a little bit, but we got some things worked out, put a microphone up to it. It worked for a couple times, and then I borrowed Tim's electric guitar for later shows. So that was probably one of the worst experiences, was just this past weekend.
So,
Gotcha. Did the pickup just break, or?
Yeah, so that Takamine, it has two pickups, the two bottom strings and then the top four strings. And the top four strings, the pickup stopped working. So,
that's wonderful.
So one of the worst things that happened to me, of course, being the one that brings in the people that play with me, they're for a little while. You have to work out who's going to end up being dedicated and who's going to be able to do it and all that. And then finally you have a full mesh of good band members. At this time, we were a three-piece, and I'm not going to say the name of the fella, but we were a three-piece. And this fella had a bad habit of getting a little, what's the right way of saying that, Brent?
Drunk.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he was getting a little tipsy. He had drank way too many Long Island iced teas. And like I said, at that time, we were a three-piece. And the two guys that I'm talking about besides myself, they're no longer with us. But they didn't die. They quit.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah, they quit. But we were playing as a three-piece. You have to have your lead guitar player, bass, and drums. You have to have it going together, and your lead guy has to be right there ready to go. Well, he was our lead player, and he was starting to get really sloppy with his leads. And then there's one song we started singing, and I always kind of do a little jig, a little dance, and I started doing a little dance, and I turned to the drummer, and we was waiting for him to play his lead. We ended up, he started tuning his guitar in the middle of his lead through the system. So that was probably the worst time I ever had. And he ended up mad at me, throwing his guitar down because, I fired him right there on the spot. And then, of course, we haven't played at that venue since.
No.
And I think that venue ended up going out of business too. So, yeah, that was probably the worst time I ever had.
And then I think to answer your question on, the funniest, laughing, there is not a gig that how do I word that? Every gig that we do, we are laughing and having just a great time up on the stage. So, you know, and we're professional about it. I mean, we're not being stupid, but, you know, there are times that, you know, my voice might crack or Matt's voice might crack, and we just rib each other and just have a great time. So, you know, this has been going on for 7 years, and we still like to hang around each other right now. So,
Yeah.
That's good. So, last question, and we'll sign off. What is one of the best pieces of advice anyone's ever given you in regards to music?
When it comes to music,
Yeah.
one of them's always try to be humble, and we have always done that. We've been blessed and happy and excited of the different things and the many things that's happened to Night Owl Country Band, but throughout this whole time, myself, Brett, Casey, Tim, John, we have all kept our heads straight, and we've always stayed humble, and that's something that we want people to know. We're very humble, and we love and feel blessed of the things that's happened with Night Owl Country Band.
yeah, I think something that a lot of people have heard is you treat the janitor the same way you would treat the president of a company. And
Right.
something that I love to see and hear when we play at a venue that they do the sound, they are amazed at how quickly they run sound and how easygoing we are. I mean, we've seen some people that just treat the sound man like crap.
Right.
And so, you know, I think that comes back to Matt's little, you know, be humble, be kind, like Tim McGraw says.
He
Yeah.
says it.
It's whole Tim McGraw song.
So I just love, you know, the sound men with us. They're thinking, okay, oh, you're done. You're done. Yeah, because you know you have a job to do. We're easy going. We're not these divas, and we still just love to play together and entertain and have a great time.
That's awesome, and that's great advice for all those aspiring musicians out there, because you're never going to get nowhere if you aren't humble and kind, for sure. To throw it back to Tim McGraw.
Amen.
And are you guys Christian?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, so I'll ask one more question, because I like to ask. I'm also Christian. I like to ask my brothers in faith this one question: what's worship to you guys?
What is worship? Well, man, I mean, being the worship leader at my church, I still do categorize it and put it in the one jar of music. That, you know, some people think that, you know, the King James Bible is it, you know, but sometimes I get the Word of God from some of these contemporary Christian songs that are out there. And so to me, again, I know worship is so different to everybody, but to me, worship is the songs that just bring me a little closer to God.
So I traveled and played a lot of gospel music with my sister, and when we traveled, we played at a lot of different churches, and we played Pentecostal churches, we played Methodist churches, Baptist churches, Southern Baptist churches, General Baptist churches. We played at all different ones, but the one thing that I know for sure, each one of them may be different, but they're all trying to do the same thing, and they're trying their best to make it through this world and to one day be able to make heaven their home.
Those are good messages. Those are answers I weren't expecting. I was thinking like, oh, whenever I play this song, this is my worship to God, or something like.
I was afraid because Matt, I mean, I guess he still is a preacher, but at one time he was, you know, a full-fledged preacher, and I was afraid that he was going to go on for about an hour right then. So
I was just warming up. One more question. We've been here an hour.
Well, this has been the Night Owl Country Band. Please go sure to check them out at nightowlcb.com. That is C as in country and B as in band.com. They will be out and around. You can check them out there. My name is Corey Rosen. This is the Story Podcast. You can check us out more at CoreyRosenProductions.com. That's CORYROSEN Productions.com. We are on Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you stream your music from or podcast from. We're there. Please be sure to check out Night Owl. They're also on all those streaming apps as well. And with all that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you. See ya.
I'm not that easy to live with. She puts up with quite a lot. My drinking, my cussing, my stubborn ways. I don't deserve a jewel like you. There's nothing I'd rather come home to. You are my sweet reward. And when I get you in my arms, it makes it all worth it. The love of a sweet, sweet woman. Your kiss is as sweet as sugar. Your hugs like the warmth on a cold day. And your touch makes my heart skip a beat. I don't deserve a jewel like you. There's nothing I'd rather come home to. You are my sweet reward. When I get you in my arms, it makes it all worth it. The love of a sweet, sweet woman. Treasure you, you're the one, you're my sweet, sweet woman.